survived the transplant, which was a miracle in itself. We were going back for follow-up tests, expecting to hear good news and that I was continuing on my way to good health and normal days. The doctor, in fact, a team of doctors, came in the room, and my main transplant doctor had a look on his face that I knew the news was not good. And his words to me that day were, "Put your house in order."
I remember thinking, I'm 23 and she's 22, and I can't believe this is happening. At that moment, we knelt down beside the bed and had an opportunity to pray together. And I just said, "Dear God, I'm so thankful for the last 2 years of my life that you blessed me with a wonderful wife. And as your child, I give her to you."
And after he prayed that, we cried and laughed all at the same time because the peace of God just came over us. They had asked if I would come back 2 weeks later. The purpose was not that they had any chemotherapy or treatment that they were offering, but they wanted to take notes as I died. The doctor came in after doing the CAT scans and doing the reading with the other radiologist, and he said, "I don't know how to tell you this, but your cancer has not grown anymore." In my heart, I knew God was up to something. We went back another 2 weeks later, and the doctor reported after looking at the CAT scan that it seemed as though this growth was diminishing. Over a period of weeks and months, that growth was non-existent, and they took notes on a miracle. Because of the chemotherapy doing so much damage internally, I was told that I would never have children. In fact, had gone through early menopause for 3 years. In fact, I had 3 doctors tell me I would never have children. But God had a different plan, and God healed my body, healed my womb, and miraculously, I conceived my first son. We began to volunteer in youth ministry. We had that sense of urgency, and ministry was something that I believe God was bringing about through our trials. We had been on this mission trip, had a week full of sharing the gospel door to door, doing nighttime evangelism, and we were on our way home on the Florida Turnpike. Our back left tire blew, and our van went flipping down the Florida Turnpike. And I was thrown out of the van and landed, and I looked up and watched as the van landed on top of me. I know the Lord just helped me to get out from under that van and took a couple of steps and cried, dear Jesus, and where's my baby?" I had a broken wrist, broken collarbone. I thought my legs were broken, but in fact it was 2nd and 3rd degree burns from the fluids coming from the van. Come to find out, 3 ribs had broken and gone through my left lung. As I was laying there in the grass, there were 2 men that I didn't know that came over to me and began to pull the mud out of my eyes and out of my ears. And despite the traumatic incident that had just taken place, God had a word that He gave to me. And it was these words that I asked these 2 gentlemen, "If you were in my shoes, do you know where you'd go?" Because I believed with all my heart that at that moment I was about to take my last breath.